for last night. I was going to do the show, went to do shows every single night, but I had a glitch in my power, and it kind of broke my spirit because I was so up to doing the show last night. Well, as soon as it looks like it's not going to be anything happening. Well, guess what happened? As soon as I got into bed and started dozing off, the power came back on. Hallelujah. And what can I say? My spirit's never broken like that. It's just that I was like, okay, the energy, I kind of pumped the brakes and said, okay, sat for a while and said, okay, let's see if it comes back on. These things happen. They're doing a lot of build mountains here, and it's not built where it's just going to be so much stuff. And we're going to be packed up here because pretty much people have purchased enough land around their homes where it's just not going to like crowded, like some development or whatever it is where I am. It's not going to change. And it's really good though. I don't knock it. It's a really beautiful thing. And just talk about a few things. I just have to say that the state of the world, the way it is right now, it's not looking too good. And I'm always the optimist, always stay as a realist. And I don't understand why. Blink me right out for 15, 20 seconds. At least I hit the button. My internet's working good. Everything is working good. I can't wait to get Starlink. That's when everything is lawless. But that bio type thing through the air. I'm kind of blessed that I'm up in the mountains, because if this was down in the city, it'll be working a little more janky. So let me know. Do you hear me consistently? Is it just going in and out? Because I know I blacked out for about 15 seconds. But how is it now with me talking now? I know it went out, but how is it now with me talking now? And the theme of the night, I will definitely get right to the point, stuff like that. And I will be throwing up a lot of recorded stuff that can't get messed up. So just let me know, how is it sounding now? How is this? Just put a Y if it's good for yes. If it's still going in and out, let me know. Because I can also change mics and all that stuff. So I think I got everything technically right. But let me know, Reese. Let me know. It's good now. Going in and out. That's the one thing I want to do before I get into all of this. Let me put up the other banner and I'll wait for your reply. Let me see now. Boom. Here we go. Stop the scrolling from the bottom so we can see everything. Right. Well, I just want to say that it's oftentimes now, whatever good news we can get, hold on to it, because like I said, there's just so many things going on in the world right now. Oh, I'm going to also record this session. So if it doesn't go good, at least we'll have it recorded and I can re-upload it as an audio. Spread it out all over the place. Reese, are you hearing me? I'm not getting an answer here. It's okay. I'm just going to carry on. So, yeah, it's good to get good news. And people say, "Oh, what do you mean good news? All these things happening." You have to see the sunlight through the clouds. We have to see the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Right? The rainbow, not the fake rainbow, not this rainbow pushing on us. Because the controversy that went on for the Olympics at the opening ceremonies, this foolishness they put out there. Whether you're or not, how could you be so sacrilegious and have such images out there? That's almost a mockery. Oh, thank you. So you can hear me. You can hear me? Reese, Just want to make sure. And if I do blank out for some reason, I don't know why. This is the first time in a long time I wanted to get on this level, and I'm here, you know. And if I get knocked off completely, I will take a second to get on the phone because it's notes that I have on my phone that I want to get off, that I jotted down today. And banners out there, and I have to change up my style a little bit, add in a little bit here and there, because with banners, they follow trends, follow what's hot. So you always have to keep on top of things. You always have to morph and evolve doing this thing. And it's a whole change with the social media platforms. Year or less, most of these social media platforms. So for you who are just consumers of social media and these platforms, it's not going to really matter. But for me, you know, where the wind blows. Like I was telling my dear friend last night, I said, listen, when the wind is blowing you on the sailboat and the wind is behind you, then thank you for the why. And the wind you and you're trying to get to the other side of the huge lake, guess what? It's easy. It's blowing you over there. But the thing is, when the wind is blowing against you and you want to go in the direction where the wind is coming, how do you sail to make it where you can go forward? That's the thing. So this is what I have to figure out. This is what all content creators have to figure out. And then you have the foolishness with the shadow banning and all of that. And I say that it's weird because I can put up a short video on YouTube and it get a few hits, and I put it up on TikTok, boom, it's just going out there. So I'm like, whoa, it's true about these American platforms. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and so on and so forth. They do, you know, for certain people, they will put a limit on certain things and keep it from going out. I don't know that anymore because I kind of threw into a new phase of my life. The way I look at things, I look at the overall now. I wake up happy every day, meaning, I mean, you may have a busted toe or your knee might hurt. You wake up with a sore throat, but pretty much I look forward to each and every day with enthusiasm. What am I going to do today? Every day I made to be an adventure. Went down to Accra. I had to pick up a few things and take care of some business. I met 2 or 3 reputable, good people just in general conversation. And you network. And I couldn't wait to get back to get right here to the screen to do scheduled from earlier today. So it's a good rhythm. I'm picking up a good rhythm, a good momentum. No matter where you are and what you do, you got to feel like you're in this groove. Like when I first moved here, I couldn't find the groove, you know, because you're building and you go and you're like so discombobulated. But I maintain to creating the different programs or recordings. You know what I mean? So now that everything is stabilizing and everything is not yet, it's not there yet. But what I want to do, I want to read off of, let me see something. It knocked me off. I'm going to have to add this back in. Let me do so. That way, I want to read something about, you know, Simone, our Olympic gymnastic champion, which is, let's start off with some good news, right? Who wants to hear the bad stuff? Okay, here we go. Let me see how this looks. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Let me pull this up. Plus, I'm going to be using a whole different program soon in the next couple of weeks, so it'll be something that's worthwhile. Okay, here we go. We're going to take this off. All right. Let me let you see that I am here. We're going to start showing, all right? Nothing to hide. All right? We're going to start doing that now. That's what it's going to be. But right now, we have something to read. We're going to do it this way, right? I want you to read along with me. Now, how am I going? Okay, I see how to do this now, more so. I'm not going to read the whole article, but it's on Lancescurv.com, which everything with the shows will be there. You can read along. If you miss it, you can come back the way we do it. And let me stop this cam here. All right. It might be fine print for you on the screen, but that's the largest I can make it. And that's the problem I had with this particular program. So I'm not for the whole thing, but I'm going to use this as a template, and you're more than welcome. And what I'll do, let me go and drop the link for those who want to read along, or for those who later on and check it out. Let me put this in here. Let me go to the chat room. We're going to start utilizing these things here. Make it work for us. And again, Reese, if anybody asks if I'll be right back on. Okay. So, good news. But let's dig into Simone Biles. Let's dig into her past. Because, you know, we hear a little bit of the stories here and there. But usually we don't care to really dig so deep, you know? So, I'm going to read this. Of Simone Biles, from humble beginnings to Olympic glory, 2020. A name synonymous with excellence and resilience in gymnastics, has once again made history by clinching an Olympic gold medal at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Her journey from a challenging child to becoming the most decorated gymnast, her extraordinary talent, perseverance, and unwavering spirit. We delve Biles' inspiring life story, highlighting her remarkable achievements and recent triumph in Paris. Now, we're not going to talk about that so much. I want to talk about the beginnings, how she got here, right? Wow. You see these stars and athletes, and, you know, I'll just see stars. We're not going to get into the Illuminati and all that stuff like that, but people who you see in public, right? And I know I'm getting older because I'm like, he was born in 1997 the other day. Born on March 14th, 1997 in Columbus, Ohio. Simone Biles faced significant challenges from a young age. Her mother struggled with substance abuse, leading Simone to be placed in foster care. Fortunately, her maternal grandparents, Ron and Neil Biles, stepped in to adopt Simone and her younger sister, Adria, providing them with a stable and loving home, which shows you how important a stable and loving, nurturing home is. Simone's passion for gymnastics began when she was just 6 years old. During a daycare trip to Bannon's Gymnastics, her natural aptitude for the sport was immediately evident, and she soon started training under the guidance of coach Amy Borman. By age 8, Simone's education had set her on the path toward becoming one of the greatest gymnasts the world has ever seen. Simone's breakthrough came through in 2013 when she won her first U.S. World all-around titles. Her dynamic performances, characterized by extraordinary power, precision, and grace, quickly made her a fan favorite and a formidable competitor. She can dominate the gymnastics world, securing multiple national and international titles, including 4 gold medals at the 2016 Rio Olympics. Despite her phenomenal, Simone's journey was not without challenges. In 2018, she bravely came forward as one of the survivors of Larry Nassar's sexual abuse, a former USA gymnastics team doctor. Her courage and speak out played a crucial role in attention to the systemic issues within the sport and advocating for the protection and well-being of future athletes. To the Tokyo 2020 Olympics was marked by intense pressure and expectations for Simone. However, during the games, she made the difficult decision to withdraw and to prioritize her mental health. This decision, though initially met with mixed reactions, and I remember that, was ultimately celebrated as a powerful statement about the importance of well-being, even for elite athletes. Simone's withdrawal in Tokyo sparked a global conversation about mental health in sports, and she became an advocate for athletes' mental health, sharing her and encouraging others to seek help when needed. Following Tokyo, Simone took a break from competition to focus on her mental health and personal life. She became engaged to NFL Jonathan Owens in February 2022, marking a new and joyful chapter in her life. In 2023, Simone made a triumphant return to gymnastics, classic and the world championships. Her performances demonstrated that she had not only retained her exceptional skills, but also emerged stronger and more determined than ever before. The Paris 2024 Olympics marked a historic moment for Simone Biles in the sport of gymnastics. At 27 years old, Simone defied expectations and showcased her unparalleled resilience. Her routines were a perfect blend of technical difficulty and artistic expression, earning her the highest scores and solidifying her status as the greatest gym of all times. Power to her. She deserves it. Simone's gold medal win in Paris was a celebration of her dedication, perseverance, and ability to overcome adversity. It also served as a reminder of the importance of mental health and the strength it takes to prioritize well-being over external expectations. I want to say that again. A powerful importance of mental health, the strength it takes to prioritize well-being over external expectations. Simone Biles' impact extends far beyond. She has inspired countless young athletes, particularly girls of color, just say black, y'all, to pursue their dreams in gymnastics and beyond. Her advocacy for mental health has helped break down stigmas and promote a more holistic approach to athlete well-being. As she continues to make history and inspire future generations, Simone Biles remains a symbol of excellence, resilience, and the power of the human spirit. Her journey from a challenging childhood to Olympic glory in Paris 2024 is a testament to the limitless possibilities that come with hard work, determination, and unwavering belief in oneself. Yep, I think we should start out that way. Something positive, right? And the article's right there on Lancescurv.com. Yeah. Something else I want to touch on. Let me put the banner back up. Let's put it back up. Give me a second here. My reflexes are not as fast as it used to be, but I'm still the greatest of. Yeah. Now we have another something to talk about. And I have to dig for this lawyer's name, the legal counsel over Uber. But there's some issues with Uber going on right now that are not too good. And what's happening is that, you know, they have an answer out here for that. They got Uber out here in Ghana, you know, right? No, but you know, they have Uber, another thing called Bolt, but they have Uber and Bolt, right? And they have, what's the one? Yango? So I think it's Yango. I know they don't have that name in this. The bottom line is that Uber is taking a bigger cut. Let's just say, for example, you're making $100, right? And okay, let me see what I want to get it right. Well, just say that you're making $100 on a run. Well, Uber is taking more flat out from their take, more, leaving the driver with less. Maintain the vehicle, maintain the insurance, and then after all of that, pay your bills. But Uber scoops up so much more off the top. And a lot of drivers feel that that's not, you know what I mean? And it's not. I guess we're pretty happy before. And because of legalities, I'm not going to really say it's this amount or that amount. Just know that it's taking out more what they use. And I've always felt this in life. And people have called me paranoid, but I don't care if they call me paranoid. It's the truth. It's like as soon as you get a good hustle going on, as soon as you get it going, and I don't mean like you're doing something illegal, but when you got something good, you're in balance, and you're like, okay, I make a little money now. This feels good. I can put some away. I can do what I want to do and take care of myself. And every now and then, splurge. Doesn't mean you have to splurge all the time. But as soon as that time comes, it's almost like, it's going to end. It's like there's some magic power out there the fact that you're happy doing what you do. And to me, I'm not going to just blame America. Maybe it's like that all over the world because there are a lot of people who want to leave where they are and go to America. Well, I'm not going to. The street, there's an individual that I know very well here and considering going to America. And I'm not going to get any more into it, but he's like, listen, what do you think? I'm like, listen, I'm going to give you the ugly, right? Because that's not really what you want to do with children and a husband. You know, it all depends now. There's different factors. And I'll dedicate a show just for that because there's so many people, and I want to go on the street and ask people a general question, show you how there's so much reverence, there's so much admiration for this place called America. Right? And yeah, I always try to get something positive in there because it's not like I'm the negative channel, but the things I kind of talk about, sometimes folks are like, I don't want to hear that right now because I'm feeling kind of down, you know? And going back to Simone Biles, it's nice to see someone endure so much. She was just born in 1997, man. How you just go molestation and being violated? I don't care if you're 80 or 90 years old. There are people who do age too. But I mean, 97, that was just the other day. To me, old as I am, but I'm just saying it's still, you were born in 97, came out of the womb, and a person that you're supposed to trust was a team doctor? Oh, come on. You know, you might feel you have an injury and, you know, stuff with your body, and you're that time of the month comes, you got a doctor, and maybe a woman takes care of that aspect of things if you have any issues that way, because I know for a fact that athletes, they usually fat, as it's obvious that and what she does. And when you have low body fat, a lot of people don't realize, and especially a lot of women, your periods can come irregular. The fat, it throws everything off. So to have a healthy level of body fat is paramount. But when you're an athlete pushing your body and training and pushing, you're going to have issues that way. Not that that's the reason why she was molested or touched or whatever it was on the scale. I don't know. Even if it was a very mild, from 1 to 100, it was just 1, that's still good. That's just as bad as 100 on a scale. You're not supposed to do stuff. You know what I mean? But there'll always be people out there that you have to be careful, no matter what their position. You know, so for her to overcome all of that, putting the foster care because mother had issues, but she was blessed with grandparents that took her and her sister and had them in a nurturing home. Another something off topic I want to say, I'll always be sprinkling stuff off topic. What I realized here is it's an all over the world thing. But I notice here how affection is displayed and shown different than in America. And we've gotten cold as a people in America. We're not as receptive. We don't feel as though we're in a community. It's dog eat dog world, and get your bag up, get your money up, all of that. It's still different. Like here, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm not saying everybody, but it's almost like, how can I say? When a child is born and you see them, it's just like you're an object. That's how I see it. Like they're not hugged and kissed and attended to. It's like I'm feeding you, you know, come on, you know, you're just like a pet. I've noticed that in how many parents here, and this is a sensitive issue. Please, if you're, I'm not saying that everyone is like that, but it's almost like a utilitarian kind of thing. Okay, we're going to work in the yard, we're going to work in the yard. I don't see the bonding. And because to numerous individuals here, men usually don't open up with their feelings, but I've spoken to several young ladies about that. And the affection and nurturing is something that many yearn for and don't even realize that they yearn for it. They don't even realize it is something that they really, really need and want. They don't. It's just, it is what it is. And so when they see people who show this affection, because I've asked them in depth, because I'm getting to know a lot of people out here. And when they ask them, it's like, just, I don't know. How could I say it? I don't know. They just, it's a different world for them. It's a whole different thing for them. And they don't understand. Hello, everybody. I'm here. I'm here. You know, I got the wrong camera on, so it's angle, so I'm kind of pushed to the side. I'm not going to keep it up the whole way. I'm just letting you see my face, letting you know I'm healthy, letting you know I'm still strong. And this is really not the right camera because this is too, you know what I mean? So we peek on it. Oh my God, I can see him. Yes, I'm in Ghana. I'm alive and well. Yes, I am. But what you go through in childhood, something that people don't realize how much it follows you the rest of your life. Even when we try to push it to the side and we're grown now and people tell us we need to get over it and still taps you. Hey, middle of the night. Oh, come on. Am I blanking out here or what? Be ready, y'all. I don't know. Some magic power is going on around here, right? It's the best they can do. It ain't gonna stop me because I'll record something. But these are things that, like that toothache that you can put a little Anbesol on and say, okay, I'm good. And then later on it starts coming back, boom, 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 boom. Man, this thing, I can't get rid of it. So we got to deal with our mental health issues. And there are people who, they've ruined relationships that they've been in because they haven't dealt with foundation. And especially when it's something that you get into a relationship, but your foundation isn't right. So if your foundation isn't right, and now you add on another layer, as far as a relationship is concerned, it's not going to work. And the person you're involved with will be like, I'm trying my best. I don't know what's going on. I do this, I do this, I do this, I do that. But either the person's not receiving love or the person doesn't feel it. I'm talking with the person with the issue. So I've learned to try to have a little more understanding. I know, because not everybody had a wonderful childhood. My only thorn on my side, again, is my older brother being on drugs. And it kind of kept us from having a stable, steady relationship. We times good. Oh man, it was wonderful. Right? But that'll be my cross to bear. But other than that, I can say that my childhood was funny. It was fun. Every day I looked to it. The neighborhood, the community, the neighbors, my friends, the fun, the good, wholesome fun. And it wasn't just about fun, but the upbringing, my father, my mother, and just the things we did. And we had, you know, that us as young people did crazy things like other people do, and they want to see things and go up in places you're not supposed to go up inside of. But, you know, it just makes for more stories and more lessons, because everything I've gone through, whether self-inflicted, I don't mean self-inflicted, like I was trying to cut myself or put a needle in my arm, but just like you make a decision and it's like, okay, you know, this wasn't the right thing to do and I have to face the consequences. Chance Rogers, we be scurving them. Reese, Landon, that's all who have shown their face so far on the show, but that's okay. People got things to do. I know that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but Lance, we scurving them. That's going to be one of the t-shirts. Like, take a picture so we can put you up on the site. But yeah, life is, it is what it is. And we have decisions to make. But one thing we have to understand is that wherever we find ourselves, for the most, something external, something that we have no control over, but if it's something as a result of our own decisions, we can be in denial all we want, but we're going to have to face the consequences and take a. And I find that even people, families that you would label and say, well, this family is dysfunctional. Well, they may be dysfunctional, and they will always be dysfunctional as long as the key players in that family who are old, allow certain things to go on, who won't acknowledge certain things and won't take accountability, it's going to stay that way. And unfortunately, there are families who They go to the grave with their dysfunctions and toxicity. Don't you want to get this stuff off of you? I don't understand it. I really don't. So for me to be up here still and quiet, the windows, look over and see the mountains, it's made me face things under the things I've taken care of. Like, okay, I took care of this with myself. What can I do to make myself better? I took care of that. But then you go below that limit. Ooh, forgot about that little thing. But the little things become bigger when you take care of the bigger things because it's right there. When your whole room is dusty and dirty and junky, well, guess what? A little more junk doesn't matter. It doesn't, right? Oh, Diane, how are you, sweetheart? How are you? Yes, glad you're here. Wow. But when you have everything pretty much together, I don't want to say that about myself because that's when you get like days ago and you take your growth for granted and you think you can cruise now. I don't ever want to cruise. I just want to always be on it. Even if I'm winning the fight, all 12 rounds, used to be 15, but it's 12. Okay, I'm blinking out again. I'm blinking out. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the weather and the signal. Come on, Starlink. It's supposed to come around next month. Hopefully. If not, I'm going to have to go bootleg. I'm saying it. I don't mean bootleg, illegal. But with Starlink, you buy your hardware legally, yeah. But bootleg, I mean, getting it from another country and just bringing it here and sign it up. I want it to be where they know that, because it's all registered, and I'm going to probably have to do that. Because where I am is a village. Ain't nobody buying Starlink up here like that, okay? I'm not saying because people may not have a lot of funds, because I'm not rich myself, but this is something I have to invest in that. And a lot of them are not going to do it. They're going to do it the other way. One good thing is that it pushes the local companies that have internet service. It's a nightmare for them if it catches on, but there's still a market for it with people. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this banner up, read off a little bit more in the next topic, and I will be back. I hope I didn't scare you with my face. But I'm here. So here we go. Come on now. Good. Let's read off on this next one. Okay. Again, I'm not going to read the whole thing. That Simone Biles article was right there. But I want to focus on her beginnings, you know. But here it is. Blam, man. I said, God dog, this is a dope jam. Okay, I'm away from the screen. Oh, I should share the screen. Should I? I'll just read it off. The link is there. You can get it. Okay, here we go. Uber, the pioneering ride-share company, revolutionized urban transportation with convenient app-based ride services. However, beneath its sleek interface and widespread popularity lies a contentious issue for its drivers. As of the fourth quarter of 2023, U.S. Uber drivers earned about $33 per hour, yet many claim that the gig remains unprofitable due to high fees, rising gas prices, and other operational costs. We explore the challenges Uber drivers and the broader implications for the rideshare economy. At first glance, earning $33 per hour may seem like a lucrative opportunity. However, the reality for me, drivers, is far more complex. The figure represents gross earnings before deducting essential expenses such as fuel, vehicle maintenance, insurance, and Uber's fees. When these costs are factored in, the net earnings can be significantly lower. A significant portion of an Uber driver's earnings goes toward fuel, a cost that has risen substantially in recent years. Vehicle maintenance is another major expense, with regular servicing, tire replacements, and repairs eating into profits. Uber drivers are responsible for their own insurance, which can be costly, especially for those driving full time. Uber's take rate, percentage that the company retains, is a critical factor in drivers' earnings. As of late 2023, Uber's effective take rate in the U.S. net of commercial costs is well below 20%. This means that for every dollar earned from a fare, drivers receive less than 80 cents after Uber's cut in insurances. While this take is lower than in previous years, it still represents a significant reduction in drivers' earnings, especially when combined with other operational costs. Drivers often find themselves working long hours to make ends meet, with some questioning the sustainability of this business model. The legal landscape surrounding Uber and its drivers is common and often contentious. Drivers classified as independent contractors, which exempts Uber from providing benefits such as health insurance, paid leave, and minimum wage guarantees. Classification has been a point of contention, leading to numerous legal battles and calls for regulatory reform. Adding to the controversy is the involvement of Kamala Harris's brother-in-law, legal counsel for Uber. Critics argue that his position may influence the company's legal strategies, potentially to the detriment of drivers. Allegations suggest that he supports that drive up costs for drivers while maximizing Uber's profits, further exacerbating the challenges faced by those behind the wheel. The struggles of Uber drivers highlight broader issues within the gig economy, where workers often face precarious employment conditions and limited financial security. While rideshare platforms offer flexibility and the potential for the long-term sustainability and profitability for drivers remain in question. For Uber, balancing driver satisfaction with profitability is a critical challenge, as used to expand and innovate must address the concerns of its drivers to ensure the viability of its business model. This may involve reevaluating take rate, offering more support for our, or even reconsidering the classification of drivers to provide greater protections and benefits. There's a little piece more. I'm gonna leave it at that. But squeeze is on. The cost of living is up, and could you imagine in the biggest cities like, you know, Dallas and Houston and Austin and New York and Detroit and Chicago and Miami and Orlando, Philadelphia, and so on and so forth. Did I say Atlanta? No, I said Orlando. Sounds the same. Yeah, we're being squeezed, y'all. We're being squeezed big time, no matter what it is. You know, say, well, you out there in West Africa, so what's up? You know, come on. Look, I gotta still pay taxes on what I get in retirement, right? And things too. But I'm not gonna feel it as much, but I can still feel it. I may not be in the kitchen next to the stove, but I'm outside the kitchen and the heat's sure roaring out the door. I can believe. And it's just not easy, y'all. And this is making people feel a certain way. Let me tell you what they do out here in Ghana. I'm gonna spill the secret. There are any Ghana Uber drivers or Bolt drivers or Yango drivers, I'm telling you a secret, even though folks who are probably not much here listening or whatnot. This is what they do. The Uber drivers, I'll focus on Uber. App, you know, precisely that finds where you're standing, GPS style, so you don't have to put that one in. But you put your destination, and boom, it gives you a price, right? So now it'll pull up the driver, the license plate, the name, how many trips he's made. Oh, this person has done 33,000 trips and has a high rating. Okay, fine. You're waiting, and the driver gets here on time or a little bit faster, you know, because you thought traffic may hold him back. They can text you and say, hey, listen, I'm dropping somebody off. It may take an extra 3 or 4 minutes, but I'm coming. And you can see where they are, right? So this is what they do. This is what, I won't even say crooked ones, right? But they're being squeezed over here. And a lot of times they're being slick also. This is what they do. I hope I'm not making anybody hip on Uber to do this also. They'll show up. You jump in the car. Good evening, sir. How are you? Oh, good evening. Whatever. You might say their name or something. They say, this is the first sign of stuff. And I didn't notice. Where's your destination? I'm thinking to myself, I didn't see the right license plate. This is the right car. Through the app, they should know. If they don't want to talk, they shouldn't have to talk. They just take me where I'm going, and it's my card is in there. It comes automatically out of my card. So I would say, well, I'm going over to Medina Market. Right? Okay, is it card or cash you're paying? And I'm like, card, like always. Oh, like the one I had was it not last night? It was 2 nights ago, right? And he said, I don't take card. I'm like, wait a second, Uber doesn't take cards now? No. It is, and this is how he tried to frame it, right? It's just that 3 days for us to get our money. Sometimes when things are low, we have to fuel up and we don't have the fuel. I guess I came off like a nice guy because he gave me a nicer excuse. Some of them are like, oh, no, we don't take card. And they don't expect you to call Uber and complain, because lots of times if you're out there late at night in a desolate area, which I think I can look kind of menacing, nobody's going to bother me. What about the young lady, old lady, middle-aged, whatever, the woman who's out there waiting for that ride, who's going to pay with her card that's in the system? And you mean she can't ride? Now, see, some of the guys, most of the guys, I would say even this guy that I rode with the other night, he was on that BS. They just want the direct money. But see, this is what happens. Uber, and I still have to get come out. I wasn't going to say Tracy Harris. That was somebody on Star Search years ago. I remember Tracy Harris something. My brain regurgitating all kind of old stuff. But Kamala Harris's husband, the name slipped me, and I'm going to put it in that article after. That's why I put the Uber logo on his shoulder, because he's connected to Kamala Harris. That's her brother-in-law, and he provides legal counsel for Uber. So all of them need to be investigated. You know what I mean? All of them. Let the working man, the working woman do what they got to do to make ends meet. They don't mind working. And really, it's a very fragile thing. I mean, you agree to it because it's good money, but there's no benefits. There's no sick pay. Okay, to this because of good money, but don't squeeze you getting the money. Get the money so you can pay for those things yourself if you want to. Or if you have a job, you can supplement your income with some cash. But these guys out here, most of the time, to go on a card. Now, I had one, and see, they try to get slick because they don't want to pay Uber, the cut that Uber has to take. So if you use Uber in the app, registered as a driver, and they say, I can't use the card. I don't go by the card. It has to be cash. What they do is cancel the run. Therefore, it doesn't exist anymore. Maybe it does, right? But it's not a run. And even the guy that told me that, the Uber driver that I had before, he pulled up maybe like 40 feet in front of me, and I'm waving him down. He stopped, but 40 feet in front of me, so I had to walk down the street. As soon as I started walking, he pulled off and jetted, left me right there, and he's out. Say, look at this. Maybe he saw that I had, and some of the guys, I don't know, they just don't like, I don't know. Even the regular taxis, if you go into certain areas, it's not even a fear thing. It's just an ignorance. I go to the Accra Mall, right? And when you come out at night, you know, you can either go get the chocho, which is no problem for me, because you know I'm down. I'm in the street. I'm with the car, you know, high and mighty. Now, only if it's raining, I'll from there to where I can get my express van to come home. But other than that, like today, my little t-shirt, my shorts, my little dirty, dusty Crocs, and I was with it. I'm clean, but I mix in. And I'm getting a lot more respect too as people see me all the time. Hey, brother, I see you. Remember the time? Yeah, well, whatever. I'm in the street with everybody else. I'm not going to say it doesn't get any lower. What I'm saying, it doesn't get any more down to earth. Because when folks first see you and they think you're from somewhere else, oh, you got your nose up in the air. I'm not thinks that. But many have clear with that mentality that the treatment that they got in America, now they're out here and they want to give that same treatment to other people who are obviously pretty much cash, a little extra side, whatever, and they will do what they have to do. And some are just lazy and don't want to do it. Some of those drivers that are out there, oh, no, I don't go there. I'm like, listen, man, I'm giving you 200 CDs to go out here and it's 125 CDs to go there. No, because you want to stay and talk to your friends. But then you turn around and want to beg money. Oh, brother, things were slow. No, they weren't slow. You refused my fare and the fare of a lot of people, and you're not working. Listen, if I was here and had to drive, I used to hustle a dollar van in New York City. It don't get no more competitive than that. I knew the road. I knew the road like a science. When I first started, I grew up in that very neighborhood. I didn't know the road like the way it operates, when it ebbs and when it flows, how to read the signs of the road. And when I'm here on the vans, I'm not driving a van here. You don't make any money, really. You got to pay the person who owns the van. You got to pay the mate who helps you open the door for the people and bring their packages and stuff. You're not really getting that much with the economy of stress. Let me tell you something. When I was out there, I got the respect in the street from the other drivers because I was out there from the crack of dawn, and I was usually the first and usually the latest. Anything I do, I'm going to go in full force. I'm going to say, saying it as a figure of speech, but why do it? I'm not going to half-ass it. If I half-ass something, it means I really don't want to do it. I'm going to really just not care. That anything I do, I have to focus and make it better, and it doesn't stop me. I remember when I was driving a dollar van, the first day, it was, let me see, I think it was 1995. It was September. I was out there all day long. I'm going to tell you how much I made. All day long, up and down the bus route. From down below where I lived, up to where Sutphin Boulevard was, Parsons Boulevard, 165th. I made $30 the whole day. Like, I can't live like this. There were dudes who made $150 before lunchtime. I made $35 all day. I'm like, yo, I'm going to ride and I'm going to pay him for every trip that I go on because I'm taking up a seat. I want to see how this is done. And when you learn it in one city, you pretty much can grasp it easy, how to pull money from the streets. So I say, if they had dollar vans or routes that went along a certain way, give me 2 days. Give me 2 days to ride it and see it and the timing. You know, how to cut corners and how to make it. After that, I burned them. They were like, yo, you making some money out here. And I didn't mind staying out there. You know? Let me see the comment here, brother. Let me see. Anime Insane. Blacks always hating on blacks when one succeeds. This is crazy. Self-hate much. Good vigilance. Well, thank you. I mean, I can't argue with you. You know, and that runs deep with us, and it hurts. But you can't let it hurt you. But symbolically, it hurts because you say, you know what? Together we could reach further. Many other cultures and races. Not to compare, but this is common. Other races know about us. They know how we do each other, and we can't stick it together. And I'm tired of saying it. I don't really say it no more that much, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's self-hate or been embedded in our brain so much that even with certain successes from this point on, I'm not saying much. I used to think that, and I saw this with people, how certain pinnacle in their goals, a certain high point, and they made it. And you hear the rumblings of those who are around them. But it was just the people around them, like, it seems like they come with something negative. Yeah, he made it this far, but what happened if he tried? And they have this thing within themselves. And it's like it's an automatic cutoff switch. It's like an automatic, like a circuit breaker. When too much current goes through one line and that circuit, it opens. So the wires don't open and cause a fire. It's like we get to a certain point, there's a glass ceiling in our psyche where we just get to a certain point, even those of us who are seeking success, which success to different people means different things. It's not the same thing. So if a person rolled up next to me and they were like, Lance, I just purchased a Rolls Royce. Lance, I'm successful this way, or I'm successful. All right, more power to you. I'm happy for you. I really am, because you're showing me a way to get it, even if it's something that I may not be interested in. You might go for the Rolls Royce. You may want to spend and have something that's a liability that depreciates, which those really can be collected. But all vehicles depreciate a little bit, on how you take care of it. But I may be into something else. So my version of success, I don't want too many bills. My version of success may be, I don't want a mortgage. I don't want any rent. I don't want anything. I want low overhead. I want to be able to lay in my bed and then, it is. Look at my phone is usually right there. I never put clocks in my bedroom, right? But for me, it's a different thing. Let me roll my banner. Also, I want to say again, repetitiously, that my Cash App has been the actual one has been hijacked, but it's been duplicated. So the one Cash App I have, the only one, is not Lancescurv as it used to be. It's Scurv Live. Scurv Live. It'll scroll down to the bottom eventually. My PayPal is lancescurvlive@gmail.com. But people are something else. Hijacking people. More power to you. If you feel that's where you want to go, fine. But like I said, success is different according to the person. And I've never been one be influenced by the crowd to change up what I think my comfort zone is and what I want, because now I'm going to run for the same thing this next person is running for. You're doing yourself a disservice. So really right now, call me lazy. I'm not chasing down what the world says or what Madison Avenue says or what Silicon Valley says, what they put out there that we should do this to feel good about. See, I got a whole bunch of shoes in that closet. I gave away a lot of my American style clothes because I thought it'd be too hot out here. Now there's certain things that I'm in the mountains now, it's a little cooler, still a little cooler. I'm like, yo, I could have kept that. Crocs don't cost that much. I'm cheap now. I feed into, doing the stuff online and self and taking care of myself. Oh yeah, and I had a I don't care moment because there was a couple of Ghanaian guys. They were sharp, and they walked up and they looked at my feet. They looked at me. I realized my legs were ashy, not ashy, but I walk a little dirt road here, and sometimes you kick it up and say, "Oh, real?" I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Black T-shirt, blue with a white stripe on the side. I don't have to stand up to show you, but look. I was out in the yard a little while ago. Look how dirty my Crocs are, y'all. Look at the bottom. Crocs, Pete, I bought them last week. I put in mileage. Come on, y'all. Woo! God, Lord Jesus. No, it's not stinking. I rinse them down, make them look new again, but I'm saying, I don't care. My version of success is something different than other people. Other people might share the same feelings, but mine is a lot different. I'm sorry. I can't. You know, no. Let me see what's here. Anime Insane. Again, let me see. I'm blacking out again. It could be your own family members, even Most High coming back soon. This was all prophesied. I can't help but agree with you. I can't. The more and more I live, the more and more I'm like, yo, you know what? My mother was right. She was right about all of this stuff. And I'm thinking, like, okay, mother, I can't knock her. And my father was, you know, a spiritual man, but he wasn't religious. And my mother wasn't religious per se, but she was in that Bible. But she didn't beat me down with it because she knew that, you know, spirituality. But to have double yellow lines on the road, or else some people would drive over a bit more and you'll have a head-on collision. But more and more, I'm not ashamed to talk like that either about what's in the Bible. With my foot rooted in 63, foot rooted in the 60s and coming up through the 70s, through the 80s, through the 90s, growing up in this household that equipped me with a little thing, I had my own, I don't want to say demons, but y'all know what it is. I don't want to keep pushing that, couldn't tell the girls no. Through that, it was in my head. All through that, it was in my psyche. And today, I'm like, whoa, if I can go back in time and tell my mother and father the world that it is now, they would believe it because they were firm believers in what's put out there biblically. Yeah. But they're like, yo, that's kind of fast. I'll never forget it. Those little cartoons, chicklets or chick something, whatever. Little pamphlets, like little not flyers, but what do they hand out to different people? They didn't hand it out, but it was Chick Publishing or something like that. These little comics, and I'm knocking on my microphone. These little comics that they weren't really in color outside, because if you had color throughout, it's going to be more expensive to print. And let me see here. Anime, yes. Comfortable shoes, the hell for the others think. Life, do you. That's when you attract the right ones into your life that love you for being you, if they choose to judge you. You're right, Anime Insane. You're not insane. I know that's the name, but you're not insane. A way of saying they were never supposed to be or to know you anyway. You're right. I don't put on airs. I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. I'm not saying I'm going to walk around a certain way all the time. If I have to go somewhere, I'm going to put on something nice and respect the atmosphere that I'm in. But I am so out of and I was never in it. I was never in this. I'm in America, so I have to have this kind of tie, and I have to have in my lifetime, especially like in my early 20s, I was a dresser. I would dress. People looking like, and I was kind of built too, So wasn't that was that had to be mandatory. It was more like artwork to me. But it was like, see, look at me. No, it wasn't that. It's never that. Because I'm very comfortable in my skin and I'm very I am. So I don't have those kind of insecurities. What's my insecurity? I don't know. That would make other people insecure. I'm not perfect and I'm just not insecure because I know things ebb and flow. We get older. The bodies change. I accept that. We're not always going to be the center of attention. There have been times in my life I've been the center of attention. I enjoyed it, but I never shot for that. I never like, oh, I got to keep being. No. The next person come on, did good. You're real good what you did. But time. The problem is when we go for that and feel entitled to that. I know I'm kind of off topic and everything, right? Let me talk about the next segment, and then we'll freestyle after that. Let me go right to the article, which will be But I put the link there anyway, so it doesn't make any sense for me just to put it up because it's kind of fine when you look at it. And I just don't want to squint while I look over my notes and look all funny. Look like y'all start ordering Chinese food. Is that a Chinese man? Let me get half a fried chicken and pork fried rice. Website. I want to just read something that I jotted down here. And I don't want to read the whole thing, right? Karen, you know what Karen is. You know when you have these entitled white women who are Karens. So we blew one up the other day that Scurv knew and worked for. And it was necessary. And I put it up on SoundCloud. I didn't put it up on YouTube because YouTube might take it down and try to mess with the channel and all that stuff. But it is on the web about that particular Karen. I will put it in the comments section of this video after it goes up, so you can access that particular show, which was raw and hardcore, and she spilled it. She spilled it, as she should have, because she was really done wrong. And we don't do that about people or whatever. But this lady was delusional, and she was making all kind of threats. Riri, yes, you can. I'll be back. I just want to read something more. Glad you're here. Let me get with this program here. Let me read this here. But you know, they're all black Karens, right? Let's talk about it. In recent years, the term Karen has become synonymous with entitled behavior, often exhibited by white women who have perceived authority over others, frequently people of color, right? These individuals often feel justified in policing the actions of abiding citizens, leading to conversations that can escalate to harassment. However, as we navigate through 2024, a new phenomenon has emerged within the black Karen. This term describes black women who exhibit similar entitled and aggressive behaviors, often toward other black individuals, driven by a sense of superiority rooted in their socioeconomic status. We delve into the rise of the black Karen, its implications, and the need for this growing issue. Could you imagine a black Karen? The term black Karen refers to black women who, despite their shared racial background, adopt an authoritative and often aggressive toward other black people. These women typically hold higher socioeconomic positions, earning six-figure incomes or close to it, which fosters a superiority over those around them. This perceived higher status translates into behavior reminiscent of the traditional Karen, but with an added layer of aggression and entitlement. Counterparts, black Karens often bring of aggression to their interactions from the outset. This could manifest in forms such as questioning the actions of others, imposing unsolicited advice, or outright bullying. The sense of entitlement that drives these behaviors is fueled by socioeconomic achievements, leading them to believe they have the right to dictate and control the actions of those they consider beneath them. This behavior is particularly troubling within the black. It perpetuates division and undermines the solidarity that is crucial for collective progress. The rise of black Karens reveals a deeper issue of internalized superiority and the harmful impact of socioeconomic disparities with marginalized communities or within marginalized communities. The socioeconomic advancements of some black commendable have inadvertently contributed to a sense of elitism, achieving success within a system that historically marginalizes black people can create a false sense from the struggles of the broader community. This perceived separation manifests in the authoritarian and entitled behavior of black Karens who see their success as a license peace and belittle others. This issue is compounded by social pressure or societal pressure and expectations placed on successful Black women. They are often seen as role models, but this can lead to an inflated sense of self-importance. Instead of fostering community support and upliftment, this mentality drives a wedge between individuals, a toxic environment of competition and superiority. The rise of Black Karens is a significant problem within the Black community, as it erodes the fabric of unity and mutual respect that is essential for collective empowerment. The aggressive and entitled behavior of Black Karens fosters resentment and distrust, hindering efforts to build a cohesive and supportive community. Also, stereotypes about that have long plagued the community. The angry Black woman syndrome. The actions of Black Karens can have tangible negative impacts on the mental and emotional well-being of those they target. Constant policing and harassment from within one's own community can lead to feelings of isolation, low self-esteem, and increased stress. This internal conflict diverts attention and energy away from larger systemic issues that affect the Black community as a whole. Let me tell you something. It's true. You have a Black sister who, don't call me no sister. I'm not a sister to you. I don't know you like that. You understand? I've been through that. I've also said, as a Black man, whenever we are isolated, marginalized in the system that is run by people that doesn't look like us, we look to our sisters and say, that's whitey. That's, no, I'm not saying that. But you know what the person is feeling, so you want to comfort them a little more. I'm not saying I'm some little weak person. You got to comfort me and put my head on your bosom. I'm not. But just a glance or a nod or eye contact that lets you know, listen, brother, listen, sister, I know what you're going through. It's rough, but we will endure. They want to intensify it. And it does hurt that we can't be there for each other, because I know that whenever I see some kind of injustice, whether it's a slight or something huge, I'm there for it. I'm there for it. I'm going to defend that person. If it's their job and they can't say anything, well, it's not my job. I'm going to say something. Like I told you about that white lady who was a customer standing in line at McDonald's. This was way back in the 80s, right? There was a young sister learning the cash register. She was getting it. It was really nothing hard about it. She was just a little apprehensive, so she had a young lady standing by her. Every now and then she had to button to push, but she was doing well. If an order took 3 minutes, then maybe with her it took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Who knows? This is Midtown Manhattan. So this lady standing in line. I never really eat junk food like that, but I wanted some McDonald's that day, right? So I'm sitting there eating, not paying anything no mind, mixed crowd, Midtown Manhattan, folks in business suits and whatever, and just regular maintenance, a mixture of everybody. They're all levels, all races. And so this lady, a Karen, she's looking at her watch and huffing and puffing, tapping her foot. And she really was like the 7th or 8th person online. So you're going to have a wait. But when she was at the cashier, who was the cashier and who was at the register, she started aping up. Oh, God. I know she knows her job. I know she needs a job. And she said this under her breath, but loud enough. I know she needs those 7 babies that she has from 8 different fathers. I'm like, wait, whoa. So I'm eating, but I'm looking at her. And she got closer. She was the 4th one in line. She got even louder. Oh, come on now. I know you're tired because you got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to feed all those brats. So I got up. I said, what did you say? And she looked at me up and down like, who are you? And I said, right there. You hear me? And you better be glad you get me food up in here. If you say one more thing, you're not going to eat today. You hear me? You're going to run up out of here and it may be in pain. Are you threatening me? I said, you decide this confrontation because I'm not going to allow you to talk to her that way. Oh, the sister behind the register and the one that was helping her, you should see the look in their eyes. Precious and priceless. We need to do more of that. But in our communities, it seems as though when you're a black man or a black woman, because of the way that they divide everything up now, you're on your own. You see what I mean? Yes, black girls rock, Brenda Jones. I'm with that. And when I say that, you know, so, oh, you simping. No, I'm not. They do. I love them. And I don't understand this present generation. I don't understand it. This present generation of, you know, you're on your own and black men don't like black women and black women ain't with black men. We gotta. And a lot of black men, yeah, they're looking. I'm not even saying white women are like that. They're looking for black women in the world or the whatever. You shouldn't even have a problem with that. At least they're looking for black. But it's the Western mindset that we're so intoxicated with. And this is not to blame black women because we got black men like who do good. What do you call them? Black Karens? but the news goes up and now it's just What happened just to the basic love? What happened just to being able to build with somebody who looks? That's the problem. A lot of us want it all in one swipe. You want to get it all in one swipe. Oh, she has to have this kind of body. And come on, the impossible demands on a woman's body that she's up, takes certain hormones, working, but the extreme things that a lot of women who fall for this, they have to be, no. And look, in most of my relationships, right? Some of them ended, some of them, you know, one person died. And I said, listen, if I love you, with you, and you're in a wheelchair, and you're making on yourself, I know I blinked out, my screen went black. I don't know if you know, over yourself, you got drool down your mouth, you're paralyzed and can't move. If I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm not with, look, I'm gonna be lewd, right? I'm not with you because your ass, your titties are nice adornments. Gotta go. This thing wants to really shut off because it's just blanking out. I spoke to a young lady the other day and she was for a long time. And she had a boyfriend, but it wasn't like a every day. It was like, I would say a casual boyfriend. You know, it was a boyfriend. And I take it, and I believe they were, she didn't go into all of that, but this is what I got really sick. Is this thing blanking out where you can't see me? Let me know. But she got sick. He lost weight. It's a very young girl in the early 20s. She lost breast and the backside and just came down really slim, really skinny for a time. But it's, and you know, he broke up with her. Well, you know, you're losing weight, you're not looking right. You lost your breasts, you lost your thighs. Huh? So really you're telling me that that's what you were there for, what you wanted from her. It wasn't a real connection. Like the older you get, the more you realize that forever ain't forever. You know, there's this cartoon I always wanted to draw of some woman, but just a scenario. And some man leaning up and she's there mixing a drink. And he says, forever? With a question mark, because that's to let you know that he said something about forever, like 65 years old, you know. And so she says, forever? I'll be happy if I get 10 years out of you. You know what I mean? So that time of transition, and that every year that goes by with the amount of years that are piling up on our lives, that we still have our health, we still have our consciousness. About I feel like, is this thing out? It's blanking out a whole lot right now. So this ain't gonna be no 5-hour show. Maybe I'll come back on the phone later on or something like that. But tomorrow, I have one run to make, but I'm probably gonna get up and do a recording, put it up, throw it out, run down tomorrow night. Don't know what the topic is, y'all. What you want to talk about? I will talk about some current event things that are happening, not just the philosophical things that we can always talk about, but things that are happening. I'm still going to bring it around some good points. If you have somebody who loves you for you, that no matter what happens with them, you'll still be with them. And I was more like a brother. And his wife transitioned several years ago. And I know it's hard. And I will say, the wife of his and him, they will ride or die for each other. Ride textbook. That's why I want to celebrate Black love. If you know of anybody, even if their relationship wasn't 50 years old, you know what I mean? But they're together, and it's not the superficial thing. They've been through rough times, and they still. Him, my brother, also grew up right across the street from me, right? And he's been, I believe, 35 years. No sickness, health issues, brilliant children. And I remember him when he was a little kid, walking up on his tippy toes with his next to his twin. And to see him now, he was never a problem child. He was always one who had aspirations and seen it all for what it was. And we would drive around sometime and we'd talk about life the way we'd. It's funny because our prime contact, we have each other's numbers, but it's on TikTok. So he's always liking the videos and stuff like that. So from amazing to see, not that I didn't think he was going to turn out to be the man that he is. And I knew him and his wife from when they first got together, I knew it was a wrap. And when I have their faces and talk, and I encourage them to let it all hang out. But now we have so many people against each other as it is in the algorithms to do so. If I all of a sudden a Black woman channel, the hits would go through the roof. Now, this is a new channel. Many people say, oh, Lance, I'm unsubscribed. This is a new channel. Other content was taken down, but it's still private. Somebody controlled that. Go to old posts that I have on my site. This video is private. Okay, so it's not destroyed. That's the mumbo jumbo. That's the funny business that you have to do or deal with, right? But I want to celebrate love. But if I turned into that anti-Black woman or whatever, you know, and we shouldn't be touchy with our sisters or our brothers. The brothers find Africa, and he's doing it not to say that a Black American woman is bad. If that's what, if he's not saying that, then cool. Now, some have bad experiences and come and air it out on social media because that's not the world. The world. You can't say that all this, and I can't say that. I can't sign off on that. I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. I've dated some wonderful Black American women. So it wasn't like, I don't want to be, you know, Mrs. Scurv is Jamaican. I'm not, that's not strange to me because my father, he's transitioned, he's Jamaican. My mother's from America. That's not strange to me. I'm a born American, right? My father was born in Jamaica. I have the lineage to that. Jamaica, 83% of all Black Jamaicans have that. The Ghanaian roots. And that's why I'm here, right? I feel strong. I can get more miles out of my body, my mind, and my spirit, being in a place that doesn't challenge me in a destructive way. That's all it is, y'all. My mind is still there with my family, all y'all in the chat room and all. I'll be back soon to visit. But with the threats that have been levied against me, I'm not telling. I'm not going, hey, everybody, I'll be in America tomorrow. I'm not saying I'm some famous. There's a lot of devious things going on here. And I'm too slippery. I'm too slick. I'm not going to broadcast it that way. The certain few will know like that. You know what I mean? I'm going to put this. Is there anybody who wants to come in and say, I'm going to drop the link? I'm kind of quiet these days as far as the link and stuff, but I'm going to just put it out there too so nobody will say, well, Lance, you didn't give me an opportunity to talk. Now, if you come on talking some foolishness to make sure that you disappear, I'm going to give it a few minutes. Woo! Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it down, take an early bed. I got some business to take care of tomorrow, but I will put up 2 evening show, 8 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock East Coast time, and I'll play around with those times. Again, every day that passes by, the studio is getting closer. This is not the it's behind me. I could have pulled up a fake background, but I said, no, let me just leave it like this. When I do the studio, one of my walls will be a huge green screen, head to toe, so whoever I'm talking about, I can put a picture behind them. Everything for ease, which will make it more easy for me to make more content, eye to eye contact. But that song was back 1978, I think it was. Edwin Starr. Oh, my brain is all, I'm a computer, y'all. I'm telling you. Hit the link if you want to come on in because we're going to lose that opportunity soon. I want to sleep, but I want to listen to some music. And I'm going to tell you something. And my down is up for most people, so I don't really feel down. But to get a charge, do some music therapy. It's as simple as that. Mind say, I want to revisit way. Let me pick a song for that time. And it's not like you're living in the past, not in that particular thing. You're trying to bring yourself in the present to a feeling thrown at us and thrown on us, and we don't know. It's like, man, why do I feel so bad? Why do I feel this way or that way? You know, play some good music from back in the day. I do it all the time. That's why I got music in my head all the time. It really helps a whole lot, especially. Well, I see not too many people have popped in or popped in at all. So what I'm going to do, let me throw this banner back up. Let me put this information back up so people can see that my Cash App, my PayPal, not that I'm just coming out here and hawking y'all. Look, times are rough, but I don't want you to send it to somebody who's fraudulent or who's not going to be able to, you know, they're just stealing money like that. Riri, I see you on in and talk. Riri.
Yeah, I thought I'd come in.
Talk to me, sister.
You know, I couldn't do it on my other phone. I'm on my tablet, and it actually worked. The StreamYard wouldn't let me through before on my phone.
Right. How are you?
Okay, turn it up. I'm well, and yourself?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh,
let me show my face.
That's good.
Especially. So let me take this.
Oh, I can't see you on this screen, huh? I'm inside of here. I guess I can't see you, and I don't know if I can hear the show. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You just opened it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Nice. I'm in here. I don't think I've been on here live before, Lance. That's crazy.
Yeah,
now, you know, I was on speaker. I was on the you know, when it first opened, it has your picture. I mean, it has you on the camera.
Right. Yeah, but I'm here.
Okay. All right. Am I?
Yeah. Didn't go no.
Am I loud?
Always.
Let me turn it down. Huh?
No, you good. You good.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. I just wanted to jump in. Sure, we could talk about these Karens or whatever, Lance.
No, but I guess for the Black there had to be a predecessor. I'm quite sure there were Black Karens before, and just as well as his white. We identified them as Karens because of the traits of the original Karen.
Right.
They snatched the fame.
Oh, they snatched the feed. Can you hear me? You are in the show. You can see and hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, that designation came to carry.
So I was trying to hear because I came in kind of late where you were talking about the Uber incidents or whatever with Kamala's brother-in-law. What was that about?
I researched that. You know, that's the thing. And I'm going to go off on Kamala again tomorrow, but
okay.
I mean, he is.
But I'm not on there. It's me. Oh, go ahead, Lance. I'm sorry. You still there, Lance?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Don't want to give anybody motion sickness. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't see the chat through here. Can I? Let's see. This is my first time. Okay, I don't see the chat comments. See, my phone is glitchy. Oh, here we go. I can see it now. Join the chat. Okay. I'm sorry, Lance. I had cut you off.
No, I'm here.
Okay, you was talking, but I kind of cut you off and.
You got interference over there?
No, you came through good.
Okay. No, but what I was saying is that, you know, we got to get over these differences that we have, and it's definitely agenda part and to break up the black family, because if you don't have black people being in courting and getting engaged and getting married, even if you don't go that far, but at least getting together, everything points to the destruction, and we don't see it. We get so caught up in the moment and we don't see it. We just, you know, at the end of the day, it's us that's suffering. That's not a good thing at all. You know?
No, not at all. Right? Yeah, that's true. Hey, chat, saying hello to you. Huh? No, yeah, that's true though. That's true, Lance.
So what's the topic that you want to hear about in the next coming days? Topics. What's important to you to hear?
Well, definitely. I mean, even though I'm not into the election thing, like, what's going on? What's going on with that? Like, what is this going to end up to? That's what I'm trying to see. Like, I don't know, or is everything just going to crash in real soon? Hopefully, I don't know. But it's just weird because it doesn't seem real. Like a lot of stuff we're seeing. You know.
Result. I'm convinced of that. She's just going to be the one to point at and hold the bag. They do what they want. Okay. These so-called people that finance both sides of war, you know, these people want war because it's money for them, the industry and the war, because they feel it's not going to touch them. But trust me, if there's ever a time for martial law to come in, it's going to be this year before the year is over. You know, because the civil unrest you see in the UK, the same type of stuff is going to go on over here. And our minds are programmed into this social media where it's easier to touch on us and get us emotional because we perceive reality to be a way. And when they roll out the real anger that we can't tell the difference of, and they can take your voice and, you know, we don't know what's coming, but it's not good.
Right.
They're pushing it a certain way. It's not even about Donald Trump, but they want to have Kamala Harris in. And we as black people, we don't understand. Like, people say, oh, you're pro-Trump. It's like, it doesn't matter who's in, they're going to do what they want to do, right? But we get so emotional, and we say, well, Or many of us say, well, I'm going to vote for this person because it's better than Trump, as long as it's an anti-Trump thing. But what about the policies of the person that you're pushing? What have they done? Let's talk about policy.
Right.
What have they done?
Mm-hmm.
Not, well,
Right.
Trump, 4 years. You know, did he put us back in? I'm just saying, like, we may not like the man. Many may not, right? He's funny to me. You know what I mean? He's New Yorker. I know the neighborhood he grew up in, right there in Jamaica Estates, not too far from Wexford Terrace, which is not too far from Hillside Avenue. If you were to stop me, hell yeah, sorry about that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there's any kind of feeling of kinship because he grew up wealthy. That's a wealthy spot. That was like base wealthy. It wasn't like super. It was a wealthy part back then. And you know, he lost back. He's a businessman, whatever. But they're pushing this so much, and so much of us are so blinded. Like she really gonna have some power. There's gonna be people behind her pushing her for what they want, and she's the fall gal. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and, like Obama.
But they're gonna do what they want to do. What I'm saying is, look how we're reacting. Look how we're going against off of something, and we could be so easily manipulated. An Indian lady, she's black. Yeah. Or she has to come in and say, oh, sister girl this and sister girl, and I wash my greens in the bathtub. Come on. So, I mean, say little cookouts, little things. Come on.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then her bringing out Meg Thee Stallion on her on one of her campaigns. Like, I'm like, what the? I'm like, really? Like, it's, you know how people say it's just all a show. That's what it is. It just seems like a show to me. It's not real.
No,
it can't be real.
This is what we go for as black people. We have not, if we can see that and not see that it's disrespectful.
Man.
Like, you think
it makes me
because
feel bad.
we see men, this big ass on the screen twerking? What think we feed off of?
Right, and they putting that image out of us, you know, of black women being that way, which all black women are not that way. It's not true.
Exactly.
It's
they would
true.
like all women to be that way. They would love for that.
Right. That's what they're trying to do, brainwash us too, to have that in our face. Like, hey, you wanna come up, you gotta be like this. You know, better not be you know, clean and decent. You know, and then this Olympics. Oh my God. Did you see that what was it, the Last Supper they did with the transgender guys? Like, I can't believe this. Like, they done took over. Everything is all, you know, infiltrated. It's all crazy. Yeah.
You're right. It's too much. You get some fat, obese, transgendered, whatever, that has nothing to do with the Olympics. The Olympics is about being in shape and healthy. And the athletes with this thing, and you inject a religious thing. So many people, I say one thing, they wouldn't do that to the They wouldn't insult more that way. There wouldn't be no Olympics.
Right, and I think they're trying to, I don't know, I mean, it's something they're going against the black woman. They shot the woman on TV, then all of a sudden, I mean, you know, it's like right around the time when Kamala was being, you know, propped up to be the next president. Then they shoot her live on TV. And I'm like, what's this about? And then, you know, I'm thinking that they're pushing her like that because they want to, you know, they're trying to do everything to try to start a war. And they think that probably will do it. If she win, you know what I mean? That everybody go nuts. Everybody, you know, all the racists are going to go, actually, not even racist, but sexist. They don't want no woman in the White House, you know?
Willie Rivers, welcome on in. Yeah, no, but it's more, it's deeper than that. They're just the puppet, but there's a different hand up under that bad boy. You know what I mean? So we're not really seeing, and you know, me, it's already decided. It's already decided. The election is already decided. I don't care how many people get, you know, it's already decided. Once I see how they're pushing this out of nowhere, what happened to Biden?
Out of nowhere.
We forgot Where's
Right. He
Biden?
gone now.
Are we
Right.
seeing an AI him when he made that speech?
I
He's
think
sitting there all
so.
stiff. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that
You
was
can
AI.
duplicate a website.
Yeah.
AI voices of famous people. I can record anybody's voice and stick it in there and say, this is the voice you use. And they're going to speak the whole way with the same cadence, the same rhythm on how to
Mm-hmm.
talk.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
You know,
they can
that's
do
AI.
it. Oh, yeah.
You know, it's
Yep,
crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah, that's what I think though. Like they, if they can get her in there, then maybe they think that they can finally get us to start fighting because they trying to do everything they can. You know, they thinking that might do it.
Well, it's the same token. You look in the larger cities and they have all of the migrants coming. And
You know what? And I was just looking at something today about that. They giving them $13,000 in food stamps and like 5,000 in cash. I'm like,
but
what?
doing nothing for black people that built the country and need it, and those black people who are also working. You
Right,
know what
and the
it is?
veterans that fought for the country. They, they homeless and on the street and trying to get their little benefit. It's ridiculous.
They're there to replace us. And they're putting them in
Yeah,
the
it's
city where we are, New York
weird.
City and Chicago. They're putting a whole lot of them there, and they want to cause that confusion because they're going to also give them the right to vote. Ain't that something?
That's why. That's why they're doing it so they can have more votes, even though they got it, rigged anywhere it go. But yeah, okay, right. That's crazy.
Yep.
It's just outrageous.
Yep.
I don't be knowing what to say. I'm just like, throw my hands up. You
Still,
know?
getting still, you got black men saying how no good black women are, and black women saying how no
Yeah.
good is going under to undermine all of us,
Right.
and around rolling around in the dirt, arguing about these
Mm-hmm.
things, and worrying about the status in the system. And for those who made more money, whatever, they're gonna get it too. It's for all of us
Right.
over there. But I'm not gonna claim to be a guru. I knew they're gonna come with something. I said in America, I know they're gonna come with something. And I'm not saying credit like it's something good or I admire it, because I don't. But these demons, they slick. They slick. They slick. They slick. They thought this thing out. And it's such a slap in the face.
It is.
To the people who've worked and tried to do the right thing. There's so many of us out here. This is why I got off the carousel quick. I got off the amusement park ride quick. It might be a little early, jumps off, but I'm out. I already see it. Something was coming. And let me ask you something. 5 years ago, could you have imagined things to be this way?
No. Well, wait. Let's see. 2020. Well, that was about 2020. So that's when everything went under after 2019, 2020. Yeah, everything went under. But I wouldn't expect it to be like this.
C19.
Yeah, that whole psyop. Yeah, after that, I didn't. I ain't gonna say I really expected it, but then again, I mean, it's not gonna get better, so it can't do anything but get worse. Because that's their whole.
Us to not have any unity.
Right.
And they're doing a good job. And we fall right on in for the trap.
Right.
So,
we got to change that. We got to change it.
Here and see what's going on over there is very disappointing, because my heart is still there. I don't love the system.
Here.
Saying the land, people that I love, that are there.
Right.
Even some of the people that I love that are not in my family, right? They're in my family circle. A lot of them that are calling me crazy. I take that. It's okay. But you suffer. Some of them. I'm not saying everybody. And I don't want nobody to suffer. I don't want nothing bad to happen. Let's be clear on that. But have an alternative. Have a way out. Have a different way of thinking. They're so deep in stuff.
Right.
To the celebrities and deep. You're not thinking right. Secure your family. Secure yourself. Because look, time went on so fast. It seemed like the whole C-19 thing would never end. But now there's no trip. Where's,
Now it's
I'm
like,
going to say it.
listen,
Yo, where that? Where's it at?
where's it at? Where's it at?
Where
A whole hoax. But they got a lot
is
of
it?
people with that shot though, and that's where we're looking at the outcome of that right now. Is, you know, a lot of people died and they injured. In fact, my nephew got heart problems from because he's in the National Guard and he had to take it, you know, and he got heart problems and they had to they had to what do you call it, discharge him because he got heart problems now from taking that.
See
So it's
that?
not no joke. And then he also told me, you know, working there that he, you know, when they didn't have them doing anything on the field, they have them working in like office, doing office stuff. And he said he was going over some of the death certificates. He had something to do with the death certificates, and they were saying people died of COVID. They really didn't. You know, they probably died of that shot, if anything, but they really was, like he said, they really was
Well,
doing that. They really was putting that on there because, you know, they were getting paid too. They were
this
getting paid.
particular down. So we'll say the C-19, you know, we'll whatever. I'm not scared. I'm just saying, just to be able
Right.
to stay on you.
Okay.
Because if I
Yeah.
get
I got you.
to begin coming back,
In a recession. Right. Man.
video
Yeah. Diane. Yeah.
closing in
They
anyway.
keeping us in the phone.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna always do my thing. But they knock it off again, I'm gone. They ain't doing nothing for me. I mean, to
Right.
fellowship, my sisters and brothers, but other than that, you know, it's crashed.
Sometimes
It's
I have
gone.
trouble getting into your app. Like sometimes
Say it
I
again?
be having issues when I can't find you to get in your app. Do it be having issues sometimes?
Well, see, the app was based in Israel, right? And when I got the app in 13, they had it where you can pay monthly. But because it was a budding company, every few days they surprise you. For the next 3 pay $1,000, you have the app for free forever. So I'm waiting. I kept checking. I kept refreshing. I had $1,000, right? All of a sudden, I was $1,000. I was like, hey, boom. So I had it. And it ended in 13 when they basically said that the company is going bankrupt, but you can go and sign up for this app. And I'm like, no, my acts is its own mobile structure. So I really never needed to. App it. It's nice to see. Go to Google Play and go to app, whatever. I'm like, I'm not paying all the. I do have a friend me that once he sets it up for himself with code, that it'll be free forever. But there's no need. There's no need. Like I said, we better hope we have a thing like YouTube in a year.
I know. I'm surprised it's still here.
Download what you can download, learn, put it in your brain, and study. Because all the foolishness and the ratchet not going to do anything to help you when times get rough. You know? That's about it. Well, Riri, I'm gonna wrap it down. Anything else you want to say? That
No, man, it was good talking to you. I ain't talked to you in a minute. You know, we used to always get on the chat line. I mean, on the conference line and stuff too. But no, that's about it.
I'm gonna have a night or an evening for me, right? But where we can just regularly I'm gonna set a time. I want to ask everybody who's listening to the show now and who hears it after the fact, when is a good day? Because everybody doesn't work the same. But I know it's going to be pretty much on the weekend. But what's a good day and good for those on the East Coast over to the West Coast? Like I said, in America, that's the most, right? So shoot it in the comment section or just let me let it be midnight at this particular Friday night going into Saturday or 10 o'clock in the night, which for me, I'll sacrifice myself and start it off lots of times, but I'm 4 hours ahead. So if we do it Eastern Standard Time, that'll be 2 o'clock in the morning for me, which I have no problem because once you get in there, we can start. And if I have to sign off, it will keep on going for the 5 hours until 5. When I get back on, go back in the link that you use to get in better. And it's AI enhanced where it used to be where you call, you get the static and the crack. But if you use the link and come in, boy, it sounds like you're right there. So you can hold it to 100 people.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone. And we're more than welcome to do this on the regular that way. And then we can upload parts of it. And maybe and then there won't be any censorship.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we used to get on there and talk.
Yeah, YouTube will never see it. And if it's a public one that I say, okay, I'll put it up on my Patreon or with the membership page for those who, you know, they want to hear it. There's ways to get around YouTube. I'll put it up on different audio platforms, and we can. And then sometimes if you say, hey, let's do something private, we can really talk, I'll destroy it afterward. I like to have it where we can just talk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, we got to work that out. That's right, Diane. Yep. The property taxes are taking all their homes. It's sad. They done, you know, worked all them years and secured that home, and then a property tax. I thought this was my house, but you don't own the land, so they tax you forever for life. Okay, Lance, though, I don't want to hold you.
No, but I just want to say that's why
you got a body here.
Things work.
So you don't got that problem out there. Y'all just lease like for a long time. Yeah. Y'all just get like a long lease. Y'all don't have to.
Well, see, some areas say lease, some areas say buy. But no matter what, you're leasing anyway. All you do is put more money at the time. If they say, well, as a Ghanaian, you can have it for 95 or 100 years on a lease. Well, me at 61 years old, that's coming.
I don't got another.
Say, okay, well, you know what I mean? You just pass it down to your family. That's all. And then you get more of that first dibs on that. It's just different. But look at that. You own it in America. Oh, yes, I own my house. And property taxes, boom, take it away and still foreclose on it. Because I was telling somebody here on a 30-year mortgage, M-O-R-T, mortician, mortgage, you know, mortuary note, you can be 6 months from paying off your house. And mystery payments, if it's a lender, maybe a little more. What's paid for, they take it. Oh, what you call it? It is what it is. But I'll tell you one thing. You build your house, ain't nobody knocking your door. You could take your time and build it. Ain't nobody. You buy your land, you build. You take your time and build all you want. What you take your time and do is equivalent to a mortgage payment. If you want to allot that money, you say, well, I'll take $1,500 a month. Start out with one room. Build this, I'll build that, I'll sacrifice. And when it's done, it's done. You have no mortgage. Imagine that. That was the main thing for me.
You know? Yep, like you said. It's a death pledge. Right though, man. I enjoy talking to you. I can't see the chat.
Like I said, come on as much as you want, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, I was finally able to get through on my tablet. I could never get through on my. I didn't know how to change the settings and all that to get in, to get my mic to work or whatever. But on here, it just worked right away. I was glad. I'm
glad.
Because I don't like, you don't never come on. yeah. I'll be back. I'll be back when you got it open again. You know, I always try to catch your shows.
My schedule and everything. So it's like, okay, let me do a show now. But once the studio is done, you know, and I was supposed to give a sneak peek on certain, figure it out tomorrow. But once the regular, you know, without doubt, everything will be set up the way I want. A lot more space. I'm happy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go now and just look around and be like,
right.
Like a brainwashed kid. You know. All right.
Tell Miss Scurv to come back on. We want to hear from her too soon.
Oh, you're definitely laying low on purpose, getting stuff done. You know, she likes to focus and all that. You know.
Hello.
So much we're gonna do. That's what it is. But listen, sweetheart, you have a good night.
You as well. And thank you.
Yeah, for me, what time is it now? It's not super late, but I'm gonna have an early bed. I'm gonna get up early, the sun, and start some things and things and get stuff done. So I'm very happy. But I want to thank everybody
Yeah.
for coming on in. This vibe talked about these things, and you know, it'll always be this way. And trust me, it's going to get better. Best platform have yet to come. I took a little bit from the past here and there, learned a lot of lessons, and a lot of things are just not going to happen bad no more. It's all good. I'm a veteran of this game, been in it for a long time, and burn the clean fuel and what to do. So that was all warming up for this new time coming. So anyway, much love to you all. Thank you so much. Lancescurv out. Peace.